So, well, good evening, ladies and gents, and welcome back to the RaidCall EMS1 Full Cup number 4. You had basically the start of it yesterday, and you're following up with the 2 semi-finals and grand final today. The initial semis will be 2 best of 1s, and then follow up with a best of 3 in the grand finals to decide who will be getting that last first place position in the cup phase in this. And we've had a great couple of games so far. We did manage to catch most of the important ones, at least yesterday. It may not have been the most interesting results, but, you know, they all meant the most, but they were pretty much stomps. But today I think we're going to get really the close, hard-fought games. So let's take you through the bracket so far at the moment, so you can see exactly what we've got coming up today and how we got towards it. So this is currently the overall one right now. So we saw, obviously, the big important ones. Why don't you take us through the really important parts of what actually made the bracket as to what it is? Because initially, my eyes go straight down to that Enro Griffins game, which cost them so much.
Yeah, I mean, the Enro Griffins versus Copenhagen Wolves. Let's just say this. They were 1 round away from qualifying for the top 16 for the group stages in the playoffs. If they just would have won that 1 round, unfortunately, they lost that one. But there was like 4 teams that majorly had an impact on how this worked. Enro Griffins is one of them. ESC wasn't a guaranteed spot until they did win their 2nd round versus in faculty, which, as you see right there, it was a pretty easy, it's a pretty easy game for them. And then you have Team Solemn, because of where they got to and where they stopped, they actually have a 2-way tie between them and Eyes on You, which will be played out a little bit later. I'm not sure if it's today just yet. And then over towards the top, we'll get updates. And then towards the top side, as you can see right there, Party Daddlers beat Team LDLC in the first round, beat Fnatic in, I believe it was double overtime, and then beat High Grade to guarantee them a spot in the top 16. Remember, this is their first cup that they actually went into, and they got this far in already, into the semifinals versus NaVi. And then you look at High Grade. They ended up qualifying and getting a guaranteed spot in the top 16 as well with their progress throughout the bracket.
Indeed. So you kind of mentioned Party Daddlers there. They were the initial team that we're going to be seeing. They'll be facing off against NaVi, whose route wasn't necessarily the easiest either. They did face off against NC Sports in the quarterfinals, who previously dropped out, well, took out NIP in just 1 cup ago. So NaVi certainly deserving their position in the semifinals. That will be the first game of the day. And as we said down below, you kind of mentioned how important that game versus Enro Griffin was for the Copenhagen Wolves. Sadly, Enro couldn't do it, but that did allow Copenhagen Wolves to go forward, take out Refuse, get themselves into the semis, where they'll be facing off against ESC, who once again had that important game up against Faculty to secure their position.
And you know what's the killer part for Enro Griffins? They didn't play in cut number 3.
If they'd played like 1 game, or even just turned up,
they would have had 35 points, and there would have been another tie.
Yeah,
I believe. So that is really unfortunate for them.
So that's pretty much the bracket. You guys can check it out yourselves. It's all very simple. I'll make sure I can tell you that URL. It is the csgo.raidcall-ems1.com/fall-2013 if you want the exact cup we're on, but you can navigate your way through. You guys are not, I don't need to baby step you that much. But let's also look at the overall points in the rankings so far, because that's the impactful part that kind of goes in line with the brackets here.
Yeah, so these are the top 16 teams that you're going to see here. Obviously, we have 2 teams tied at 16, which was the Team Solemn versus Eyes on You match that's going to decide who is the last team going in. But what's important is the top 4 teams right here at the top, Ninja Pajamas, Copenhagen Wolves, Very Games, and NaVi, they will each not be in a group against each other. So they'll have their own group to play against. And that's really important because Copenhagen Wolves, they got the points to secure them their place here in this tournament. So did NaVi. They got into that top 4. They got their lockdown on a group that they would prefer to have. I'm pretty sure any of these teams wouldn't want to go up against NIP, Copenhagen Wolves, Very Games, all in one kind of bracket. But those are your top 4 teams. And of course, down here, it's all based on seeding. And I think we're going to go over that a little bit later on how that's determined. And we'll actually be releasing the groups a little bit later on in the week. But these are the teams you're going to have. And these are the teams you're going to be looking for and rooting for to see who can advance through that, who can advance into those offline playoffs, and who can maybe take home the finals here.
Yeah, and it is all important for these guys. Every single one of them has been battling it through for quite some time. As you said, 1 team missing out on 1 cup cost them possibly a chance to actually get into this. That's the gravity of the whole situation and the overall kind of aspect of this tournament. The fact is that, if you don't turn up and you don't play the best, on the day, you're pretty much done for. So as we said before, the first game will be NaVi against Party Daddlers. Now, I think on paper, everyone's going, well, it's NaVi, right? It's simple as that. But then again, Party Daddlers have been really causing upsets. They're a great German side. They've got some phenomenal talent within the rankings of that team. I only have to mention Chris J, and the Twitch chat will go crazy about it. He's a seriously talented guy. But we saw, yesterday, I think it was Crisby. It was Crisby on Mirage, indeed, on that short catwalk area, just absolutely decimating people. So
15 kills in like 4 or 5 rounds or something like that. Just something ridiculous.
Insane. It was absolutely insane. saying. The guy is so, so good. So I'm going to be looking at them. The first map will be Dust 2. It's the only map, as it is a best of 1. Now, I'm not sure who that suits, because recent results for NaVi on Dust 2 have been a bit up and down. We'll go through that when we're in the game a little bit more, especially looking at towards DreamHack. But they're so good, that side. You can't say anything against. And they do seem to always have that kind of harder fought aspect towards closing out the big games. I always feel they kind of fall a little bit short. But they're still, one of the best teams going at the moment, and it's going to be a real proving point in my eyes for Party Daddlers. But I don't know where to put my money on this. Where are you going to put yours? Because there's a safe bet. There's also the one that could really impress. If you're like, no, I know they got this. Where are you going on this?
The thing is, if I think about who's going to win, it all comes back to the mindset coming into this game. For Party Daddlers, who only cup they played in this whole season, coming into this, just like ENS did, surprising everyone, beating some really top-tier teams, they're looking at this as like practice for the group stages. They're looking at this like, this is a game we need to really concentrate on. Maybe we're going to go against NaVi in the actual group stage, so we should learn from this, play our best. But NaVi, on the other hand, they know they're in the top 4. I bet I can pretty much guarantee they don't look at Party Daddlers and like, this is a top team. You should really look out for them. I think they don't rank them as high as NIP. That's the thing, yeah. So going into that, I mean, Party Daddlers could really throw NaVi a spin or a curveball. There we go. I was trying to think. It's been so long since I've been back to the States, I couldn't think of a term. But it's just really up to that. And I really can't say who I think's going to win this one. I really don't feel too confident in either team. I think it's going to be very close.
No, I completely agree with you there. It's very hard to call. It's all dependent on, how the teams turn up on the day and what sort of mindset they're in, as you mentioned. And guys, get your predictions through to us as well. Make sure you tweet at RaidCall EMS1 and at They Call Me Pansy and JCapLol with all your predictions. Let me know where you think this one's going to go, because obviously following this, we will be watching ESC against Copenhagen Wolves. So that's a game only one match away, or one map away, should I say.
Look where Legija is.
Oh, he's in a good spot. He could do some work. Well, he's kind of been found out already, the quick turnaround. But yeah, obviously, Party Daddlers there will pick up the initial knife round, so they do get the choice of side. I can imagine they'll go T, I'm pretty sure.
They're actually switching over to CT.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Maybe it's more comfortable.
Yeah, we can both agree that, Terrace side is usually the favorite side on this map, and yet they want to go for, I guess, a harder side, or maybe a side that they've been practicing quite a bit, and maybe they just want to get a feel of NaVi here just on the CT side,
Yeah, indeed. So even then mentally, even if you have, a good couple of rounds deficit, it won't be, weighing on your mind going, but, at least you can kind of overcome that by going, well, we're on the harder side here. If we do some good damage, we kind of get into this. We can't be upset by it. So hopefully they can go with that mentality. Just to take you guys through the lineups anyway, for the Party Daddlers, the German boys on the CT side, it will be Chris J, Trubley, Crisby, Legija, and Tizian. And for NaVi, I don't think I need to tell you people who these guys are. It's Cease, Kabakan, Zeus, Senya, and Starix. Now, they are classics of CS through various titles and mostly 1.6, but I can't see them losing this. But then you look at DreamHack, for example, as I mentioned earlier, they faced off against Lemon Dogs and lost on, Dust itself 11-16. And that to me is a little bit of a worry. But then again, they went on to beat Copenhagen Wolves 16-13. And it's very hard to read NaVi, I feel. They can sometimes be that team that chokes a little bit. But then again, that was maybe the old NaVi I'm referring to. This has got, new players in the mix. True. Maybe they're going to come up with something a little bit different and really lock this one down. But we're going to have to see anyway. My money, it's going to be on NaVi personally. I feel as though they are the more collected team in this one. I feel as though they've got a little bit more to give. As you mentioned, this is the first cup that Party Daddlers are going to be in. It doesn't say that they're a new lineup, don't get me wrong. I know these guys have been playing quite some time. They're in the German EPS, and I've seen them vary in various forms, but this is the lineup they'll be rolling with, I do believe. But for me, it's NaVi. About yourself?
I think I'm gonna have to stick here on the sidelines. I'm not sure who's actually gonna win this one. The thing is, I've gotten every prediction right so far.
So it doesn't mean you can just back out of one.
I haven't deserved it at least once?
No, it's not how it works.
Okay, well, you know what? I think I'll give this one to NaVi as well.
Okay, so you're going for NaVi.
I like all the reasoning that you gave. All the points you gave were pretty spot on to me.
Okay, so, well, with that in mind, why don't you take us into the first round, because it will be that ever-important pistol, which generally guarantees the first 3 rounds back-to-back.
Yeah, we say that, and then we think about just yesterday alone, just how many times we saw eco rounds, early buys actually go in favor of the other team, or at least a lot of kills come in, but I mean, you're definitely right. Like, a team that picks up this pistol round should be able to make that happen. As we already do see, Legija actually getting taken out by Zeus, and that was just a straight one-on-one right there. And Zeus obviously came out the victor, but Crispy is going to come around the corner. He was so influential yesterday in their match versus High Grade, but can he really pull it off again? And it looks like Now they're going to switch over towards this A side here. They're going to go for a 3-man push, and Senya, he's going to be sitting over in middle. As we do see Trebly pick up the first kill on the Seized. Can't he get anything else, though, because he's getting rushed down right now. He doesn't really have any backup with him. As he goes around the corner, he gets picked up by Zeus. That's 2 for him, and that should mean the bomb will be going down very shortly here. As we do see Zeus, no pistol in hand, but I swear he does have one in there. He gets another kill, and this should be a very easy round for NaVi, as we have 4 kills now coming in for Zeus. Can he make it the ace? And he's going to go for it here, but Chris J, can he stop it? And he can. He gets the kill back onto him, but in the end, not really sure there's much he can do to really lock down the site and really kind of get this defuse off, especially when he doesn't have that kit in hand. Going for the peek, going to get taken down, and NaVi, strong start from then. I mean, that's what you expect out of a pistol side, or a T pistol-sided round and a T-sided map.
I think that Zeus has just pretty much done that. That was such impressive play, you know, going straight through those lobby tunnels, peering out mid, immediately challenging. I think he took down, was it Legisha immediately?
I believe it was, yeah.
Yeah, indeed. So that was just stupidly good stuff. Ridiculous aim from that man. Anyway, we are into the second round here by all rights. This should be NaVi's round in the bag. PartyDaddlers already tagged up. Chris J down to 36, Tizian 32. It's not looking good. Bomb still around mid. NaVi haven't really decided to push anywhere yet. They are taking their time. They don't need to rush it. They know they have, you know, the complete enough utter upper hand in most one-on-one situations. So Trebly dancing back and forth with Kabakan at long. And here comes the rest of the NaVi boys. Zeus will peer out first. Does get dinked to touch there. Zeus down to 14 HP. Seas comes in. Lovely following up shot onto Trebly there. That is 2 down and out. So great play so far, but Zeus has to be careful. They want to make this as much as a clean slate as possible, and Starix done just that, finding Chris J. Crisby, though, back in on Starix, 4v2 now. Zeus opening up the cross. Now just Legisha standing, and there we go. No bomb plant. Did lose Starix, but still, they fairly clean round there. I don't think they can be too upset by that one.
Yeah, and really interesting that Starix, he didn't buy up that round at all. He just stuck with his pistol, and then Zeus, who had the 4 kills in the first round, only bought that AK. So actually, no, sorry, he bought a Mac 10. So he actually was saving his money quite well, and it leads me to believe they might go for like an early A to a P here, but doesn't look like they're going to pick that up. But still, third round here, going to be another eco for PartyDaddlers, and they need to pick up a couple of kills. I mean, maybe they can pick up a gun or 2. They're going to turn this around, but Kabakan's like, you know what, I'm not going to let that happen. As Trebly does come in for a kill here, but now Tizian, he's getting in trouble, and he goes down. And we're seeing a 3-on-4, but a great control by NaVi right there just to defend the gun that went down. They don't want to give PartyDaddlers any sort of opportunity to pick up this round or do as much damage as they'd really like to here. And gotta give credit to NaVi here. I mean, they're playing this really slow, or relatively slow, considering how the rounds already started picking up those 2 kills, and knowing they have the gun advantage, knowing that no one on PartyDaddlers has a gun just yet. Because they're going to be taken down by C's. Great shot out of him. And the Legisha going to have a tough time, but Trebly inside the A bomb site picks up a kill, but not going to survive long enough here. And that is another round for NaVi, so it takes it 3-0 here in the first half. First gun round coming in. This is going to be huge.
Well, we can only hope so for PartyDaddlers. They need to make a bit of a stand. Now, they've been racking up some kills. It's not been a complete clean slate. Obviously, Trebly 3-3. Everyone else 1s and 0s. Then Zeus after that ridiculous pistol sitting on 6. C's just behind. Kabakan, Starix, and Senya following off the back. And as you said, Starix did opt out of buying up into any of those initial 3. And he has gone for that AWP in the fourth round now. Counting is not my strength, but let's have a little look as to what NaVi are doing. Just taking control of mid. You can see that, well, PartyDaddlers mostly playing the sites. They really are focusing towards that rather than challenging early. Maybe not fancying their chances in that. Legisha just taking a little bit of a time. Chris J has found Zeus, so nice way to kick things off. That's rung the alarm bell, at least for Trebly to come back around and get towards long, as NaVi are executing their push, but they're actually going down towards CT spawn. Cease has found Crisby. Quickly, Legisha comes out of the B side, does get a tag towards Cease, takes him down, bringing it back to 4v3 in favor to the CT side this time. Tizian still holding strong by long as well, and you can see the forced rotate coming out from that T side, now over towards B. Let's spin across there, see how it's going down. Legisha's the one in that window, does peer back round, finds Kabakan, doesn't get a second onto Starix. 3v2. And Auto Director's loving Tizian, but right now it's all about that cross. And NaVi are through. Starix backing off with the AWP. Going to get himself towards... he's going to get himself the AK there. Thought he was going to go into the B tunnels with the AWP. Just fancying that one instead. Senya staying close to the site, and these 3 remaining players for CT side aren't going too strong, but Chris J finding that has given them the opening they needed. Now going looking for more. He's caught a glimpse, and it's enough for Chris J. 3 in the bag. Vital kills coming in. Him and Legisha just wrapping that round up so quickly, so well done, and only losing 2 members and getting the defuse.
That was a crazy shot. That was
Welcome
such
to
a good
Chris
shot
J
out of
on
him.
Dust 2.
Wow.
Last time I watched him on this, he didn't even have the AWP. He had Scout, and he was just running up mid, taking heads off. So certainly a player to watch for the Party Daddlers side.
And you were saying, you know, people were really, you know, confused about him. Is he legit? Is he not legit? And you said during the EPS playoffs here in the studios, he showed everyone that he is a legitimate player and that people need to watch out for him. And with shots like that, he's definitely proven it here as Chris J picks up a kill through a smoke in middle on the Zeus. That is a great way to open up this round. They're against a gunned up NaVi here, and they've been able to take that first gun round in their favor. But Tizian, you're right. The art director just seems to have a love affair with him or something. Just wants to stick with him, even though nothing is really happening here at
I'm
Long
just going
A.
to stick with it. You know what?
Just let it happen. You know,
Yeah.
just let it. Just watch and see if anything crazy happens. And hopefully
Maybe
the
he's a
director knows what
big
he's
fan
doing.
of the Tornado skin.
It is a nice skin.
It looks good.
It
It's
really
a little
does.
bit dirty, though. You know?
I think Crisby's skin on his M4. I remember that it's like radiation or something like that is amazing, but
It's pretty awesome.
the director, I mean, no one's even in his vicinity. So it's gonna be interesting to see if it actually ever does switch away or something
I'd
like
to
that.
manually do it.
Yeah, but we do have Senya and Starks. They're pushing up upper B, and they want to go for a kill here. They do have that AWP in the hands of Starks, looking to get a kill here as Crisby gonna be watching middle, which sees is currently there. He's gonna be pushing out here momentarily, and here comes the shot out of Starks. They get bonded, they back away, and that's a great hold so far coming out of him, but Starks gets the kill onto Legisha. Crispy does respond to the kill on a Kabakan, and another onto Senya here, but can he pick up the third? Starks, 17 HP in the tunnels. So we're sticking with Trouble right now, gonna be pushing up middle, gonna go towards B doors, gets the kill on the C's, and Starks with 17 HP and the AWP in hand, not the B, gonna be walking away here, and I'm assuming that Party Daddlers with 20 seconds left, I don't think it's gonna be too much trouble for them to chase him down and maybe get that op out of his hands.
We'll see. I don't know if they're gonna get that unless Tizian does get involved pretty darn quickly.
Well, currently, Crisby is actually behind him right now. And this would be huge to lose. Like, NaVi, they want to be able to hold on to the Starks. Will he be able to do it? No! Tizian shuts him down. And Party Daddlers, you know, after losing those 3 rounds pretty easily, they're coming back very well. Those 2 rounds were very convincing.
Yeah, and I kind of forgot about this Party Daddlers on Dust. I kind of forgot about Chris J and his all. I don't know how I managed it, but the guy was such a monster last time I saw him. It's very well warranted to be facing off against NaVi on this map. They have gone for the little bit of a double nade down long. Truly does pick up the kill with the AK. Bear in mind that NaVi do only have those pistols, so by all rights, should be an easy round for Party Daddlers, even though last time I believe it was Zeus went pretty big on the initial pistol. Chris J, though, dancing with C's, does pick it up. And keep in mind, Party Daddlers not losing a single point of HP yet. Keeping this completely clean. And, well, my point being proven wrong, as Crispy does receive a little bit of an exchange. And Tizian again.
Director, come on.
Get over Tizian.
He must be, like, handsome in real life or something.
You must be, but there we go. Truly finding Zeus, and there's only 2 remaining. And it should be light work for Party Daddlers. Starks has found Crisby, nevertheless. But you can see the rest of the boys getting ready to re-challenge. Troubley is in a bit of a trouble. As Kabakan will find him, actually, and take down Long, but Tizian quickly avenges. And there we go. Starks once again left. This time in a 1v3, a little bit better than the 1v5, I think it was last time, a 1v4. But still, this should be Party Daddlers round indeed. So 3-3, it is all even now, all square. That initial burst from NaVi has been completely negated by Party Daddlers.
And something that I really like seeing out of Party Daddlers is what we saw out of Stone of Dragons, is the fact that any member at any given time can really step up. You know, yesterday it was Crisby, today it's Troubley, 6-4 right now. Even Chris J, 6-3. Like, all these members are really doing a great job of really shining when they need someone to. But right now we're going to see Zeus has a bomb in hand, going to be working towards middle here. And as you can see on the minimap, 2 currently in lower B. And Tizian, the director's like, oh, he's going to pit again. I want to watch this. I want to see if something ever happens right there. But wow, Troubley, nice shot on Zeus, gets 1, but can he pick a second? No, C shuts him down. And that might be the move for NaVi to start pushing this catwalk here. And they're going to go for the site here momentarily. Bomb going to be trailing in from middle. And actually, they might even rush out mid-doors here. But no, looks like they will go back for this catwalk here. And currently, I believe that is Crisby sitting in the site right now. That's Chris J with the AWP on the catwalk. And Starks and Kabaka gonna be pushing up here. Oh, they don't see Tizian right behind that that dumpster. As Cease picks up the kill on the Chris J. They're gonna be going in for it. Kabaka gets the kill on Tizian, so he unfortunately didn't get any kills with that great positioning he had. The last 2 members of Party Daddlers, Crisby and Legisha. It's so hard for me to say that as an American. Both gonna be coming from catwalk here. They do have 2 M4s. And I believe they have the money to go for this, or at least attempt it here. Sees, wow, gets taken down by Crisby, and that leaves a 2-on-3 situation right here. But Senya, he's waiting for someone to push out. He actually misses the shot, and Crisby picks up another. So now we have a 2-on-2 here, and Kibakin and Starix trying to hold on from this long A site. They do have a smoke down. They're trying to go for a ninja defuse here, and it looks like they might be able to pull it off, and they don't. Starix gets a nice shot through the smoke, picks up the kill, picks up the round, and that takes it 3-4 in favor of NaVi.
I've got to say, I think we just saw the threat of what can happen when the flashes and smokes are correctly used by the CT side, trying to play retakes on A. The flash that came into Senya just completely blinded him. We did try and get a bit of a spray down.
Even C's too. Like
Yeah,
you saw him trying to go from the ramp.
Yeah, indeed. So those flashes and smokes being such a pivotal point. But as we said, NaVi now back on top, 4-3. Buys from both sides though, so we might be seeing a bit more of an even battle. Smokes through mid. Zeus, Starix. Seized, all edging towards it. Senya, the only one to take his time down those B tunnels, just waiting it out, seeing where that opening's going to come. Nobody actually pushing down short this time, maybe learning their lesson after, just that last round ago. It didn't go too well. Chris J sitting in Goose just turned around. It's a bit of a slower round from NaVi this time. There we go, but the flashes and smokes are now being put down. This could be go time. They are pushing forward. Zeus is just going to be dropping down towards that CT spawn. Legisha and Crisby already know what's happening. Sees Neves has found Truly as Chris J is going to be pretty much stranded on that side. He's going to have to fight his way out. He's found Zeus. Tizian still holding firm down in that pit area. Going to be trying to battle it out. And now ignoring Auto Director is Crisby going to town. He's found another one. Let's see if we can find those 2 remaining players. Senya's the next target. He's got him in the bag. Now Kabakin in a 1v3. I don't think this is going to go in his favor at all. He's just rushing forward. I don't think he knows where Tizian is, and he certainly does now. 4-4 will be the scoreline, well held from Party Daddlers by A. Those flashes and smokes that NaVi put out just didn't do enough of the job they needed.
Yeah, and they seemed to just stop. Like they went in, they got the first kill, but then Chris J was just sat and goose the entire time. They weren't able to stop him. They weren't able to rush him down, and from that, he was able to pick up a couple of kills, able to turn that one around, and now NaVi here going to be saving up another round, and this is a pretty close game, and this is, I don't want to say it's 100% what we're expecting, but we hoped for, and it's really coming true. I know PartyDaddlers are putting up a great fight, and it looks like NaVi are just doing a little bit, or at least Zoot doing a little bit of a timeout for them, trying to figure out what's going wrong here. As wow, Kabakin gets a nice shot on a Tizian. He goes down. That should be a gun in favor of them. Crisby rotating through B here, gonna spot Seized and take him down at the same time. So now it's a 4-on-2, and this should be a pretty easy round for PartyDaddlers to close this one out. As even Trouble pushing up, getting another kill. And now they're just padding their KDA pretty much. Ooh, that's a nice shot. By Starix on a Crisby. Fortunately, you won't be able to get the gun, though. That was a very girly ooh.
It was a very girly.
I'm not known to make manly sounds.
Chris J as well, so.
I'm not known to make very manly sounds at all, though, so I'm kind of used to it. Grenade picks up Starix, and that takes it 5-4. A very even battle so far between these two teams.
Yeah, indeed. It's been insanely close between these two. It's been going back and forth round by round. Like, we saw NaVi getting just ahead into that 4th, and PartyDaddlers bringing it back 5-4, and we're really seeing the strength of the CT-sided force, which is PartyDaddlers. They've been doing wonders so far. We do see Starix back with the AWP this time. I can't even speak today. Not be able to find anything. Bit of an aggressive push up short this time around, though, from PartyDaddlers. And Chris J has been doing this position before. He's done it once when I watched him previously, and he got caught out like that. So we're going to have to back away on 11 HP now. NaVi looking towards short themselves. Good nade come out from Crisby. Gets the connection onto Zeus and Seized. Legisha still holding down the B site. I want to see if they are actually making that push up short as well. So we'll check through. And they are taking their time. They don't need to rush this. Bomb has been dropped off to Senya towards that B area. Troubly coming back through. Chris J's just playing a little bit more passively now after obviously the exchange initially going rather poorly. Flashes coming over though. Truly and Crisby getting that crossfire locked down, finding Kabakin and Seized. Now Zeus, Senya and Starix stand. Oh, they're reading this play so well. They know where those smokes are going to be. Truly just waiting for Zeus to drop down. He's picked him up, but Senya breaking through the double doors has got them a chance towards that B site. If they can take down Legisha, no they can't. Legisha stands taller now, just Starix left in a 1v3. 30 seconds left. They know exactly where that bomb is, and they've got a good idea where he's coming from now. Legisha's flash gives that one away. Peering through those double doors. Oh, he's been spotted by Troubling now. Good connection there, but he's got to know Legisha's around. He's going to know now. The spam is coming through those double doors. No connection, really. Well, not to the extent he'd have wanted. 10 HP now left. And there we go. Legesia, great play, but I've got to give this one to PartyDaddlers. The way they're reading those smokes and flashes now, they're immediately knowing what NaVi are getting up to. They've done their homework here.
And the crossfire that Troubley and Crispy put out in middle was just fantastic. I believe they got even 3 kills through that. Yeah. Definitely right. They definitely did their homework. They know what NaVi are doing. And we talked about this before, you know, there is a potential for PartyDaddlers and NaVi to be in the same group in these group stages. So they're using this opportunity as much as they can, trying to figure out what they can do. And see, it's going to be pushing long. Actually, they do get a kill on a Troubley. Tizian does respond on a kill onto Senya. It's Crispy going to spot one here in middle. Not for long. Zeus goes down. And NaVi, unfortunately, not really able to get too many kills. Just as I say that, in their eco rounds, they do pick up a kill on a Tizian. Unfortunately, not able to pick up that gun. And with the AWP and Crispy there at long A, not sure they can be able to make a play there. So maybe they'll back out. Maybe they'll try to go for a kill here onto Legesia, who's waiting in mid. He gets a fantastic shot right there on the StarX, and should be able to close this out yet again. They should be able to take it 7-4 here in favor of PartyDaddlers. And yeah, we talked about this before. PartyDaddlers chose CT side for this map. They won knife round. They chose this, and they're proving why they wanted it.
They're showing us exactly this why. I didn't expect them to know exactly how NaVi were playing to this extent, but they certainly do. Definitely have their number in this one. But then again, it can all change on the side half, and or at least the switch on the half. But then bear in mind, this is still a best of 1, folks. This is what it comes down to sometimes. And if someone's not performing at par, you know, if maybe NaVi aren't doing the damage they should be, it's not the end of the world, don't get me wrong, but it certainly kind of keeps people watching what PartyDaddlers can do. They're a talented side, and now we're going to find out if they can really step up again. Sees, though, breaking the trend, picking up the opening kill onto Crispy, unlocking that mid-push if wanted. Tizian responding in kind, just going to get himself round, but Chris J's on the prowl. He's taken down Kabak, and he's still got a couple more targets by long as well if he wants to really secure this. But Tizian's doing work by mid, finding Senya through those double doors. The C's now starts the assault towards A. He's taking down Chris J, not going to get Troubley though. Quick exchange, leaving in a 3v2. Zeus and StarX up against Troubley, Legesia and Tizian. Oh, Zeus is in trouble. 2 players, makes his way forward, but might be able to get himself out of this one. He's taken down Tizian. Gonna get the spray towards Legesia. Doesn't get the connection he wanted. Oh, Troubley's in there and takes him down. Now just StarX stands, and well, I don't know what StarX really can do here. Bomb is in the worst place possible. They know exactly where it is. He's gonna drop out the AWP, switching up for the AK, and just looking for a way through. Nade comes in, more HP chipped away at. He's still going for this though. Troubley is just round that corner. He's gonna find down now, and Troubley will lock him down. And another perfectly held round, in my opinion, by PartyDaddlers. But Troubley then, I think he got 3 kills. Or 2 or 3.
Got quite a few. And just imagine, PartyDaddlers, they took down Team LDLC. They're taking down Fnatic. They can take down NaVi as well. I think that's a lot of alarm bells going off through all these teams. Like, we should probably pay attention to them. We should definitely be worried about them a little bit and definitely do our research on them. Can't really afford to lose to games that teams think they should probably win in the group stages here. And 8-4, that's a great scoreline as Chris J gets a nice shot in middle on the Starks, gets him down, gonna go for second, does get Kabakin down, and this is a gun run for NaVi, and they're just shredding through them like they're ecoing here, and they're gonna get another kill, but Seas does respawn with at least 1 for his team. But just 1 in a gun round here is not what they need. They need to start getting more kills. They need to pick these rounds up unless they're feeling really comfortable on their counter-terrorist side in this game here. But Seas gonna be trying to save, and he actually is gonna be running around through spawn here. You can see him on the mini-map. He's gonna be going over towards A, or because he still has a long time to save, about a minute left. But Tizian, he is waiting on the side. Gonna look for this kill here. See, he's gonna be very cautious, trying to ninja up here, but does get taken down by Tizian, and that is another round again going to PartyDaddlers. 9-4 here in this first half.
This is absolutely insane stuff. Like this is not what should be happening. NaVi should not be losing this, and look at the money situation for them. They're buying up guns that really aren't ideal. They've got the Galils beside them, trying to get the last couple of rounds on the board. We are obviously getting to the end of the first half here, but, well, not just yet, but we are very close. But we are seeing Legesia go and walkabouts in those lower B tunnels early on. Kabakan taking his time has allowed C's to be picked up. Troubley now can go aggressive through short. Kabakan has managed to push forward, avenging his fallen teammate. Troubley goes down, actually. NaVi might have just broken the trend here, but it could be a little bit too late. But Tizian still standing, finding Zeus on the A cross. Kabakan through the double doors, getting 1, getting 2. That's Chris J down. That's those 2 pivotal players. Now only Tizian stands in a 1v3. Kabakan, Senya, StarX still up and kicking with 1 minute on the board. I don't see this working out for Tizian, but he's surely going to go for it. Why not? Because money will certainly allow it. Smoke will kind of lock off the vision that he might have wanted on that B cross, but does have a chance here. Looking like he's going to opt out of this one. I think he's just going to get the hell out of there.
Now the director doesn't want to stay with him.
Yeah, it's like, I've had enough of you, Tizian. You're just not doing what I wanted. But no, he's going to be saving that AK for the next round. But let's have a little check-in with the scoreboard here, just to bear in mind what's happening. Trubley, 15-9. Chris J, 13-8. And Crisby, 11-11. I think it kind of highlights where NaVi have been focusing towards, you know, mid and A, as Chris J's generally been floating around on the A-long site, occasionally peering mid, but other than that, it's Trubley and Crisby locking it down, Tizian occasionally joining over. But NaVi, Seas and StarX doing well for themselves, but Zeus, Kabakin, and Xenia fairly quiet in this one so far.
I know it has a negative KDA currently on Party Dabblers. It's a little bit interesting to see. So that just shows kind of how they've been playing this game and definitely did their warm-up. And like I said before, did their research. My chair is being really squeaky today. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because I'm breaking it with my... Anyway, so looking at middle, we do see Chris J pick up a kill, as well as Tizian, but Kabakin, you already got 2 kills at the mid in just the round before. Director's like, you know what, I'm not going to be nice today. As we are going to be pairing up with Xenia here. He's going to be pushing out. Does actually get shot at, but he misses the shot. Doesn't miss a second, though. Chris J picks that one up. And now we have a 4-on-2 here. It's looking like PartyDaddlers are going to close this out to a 10-5 scoreline in the first half. But wow, C's pushed up, gets the kill on the Chris J. And they're going to be looking towards B. He does have that bomb in hand. And Kabakin, he's over towards long A. Gets taken down by Tizian. And C's 1v3, going to go down. And that is a fantastic scoreline for PartyDaddlers, considering they won the knife round. They chose this side. And they still are playing that well. I mean, you would assume they would, but they're proving it.
It's kind of crazy to see them doing this because, yes, we expected them to do well because they're on the CT side, but I thought they'd be minimizing the damage, not going 10-5 up against NaVi, but they were reading those plays time and time again. Every single challenge they made, they knew what they were doing. Every read of the play, if, you know, NaVi made it up short, they knew what their plan was when they hit A. They made sure that, you know, when that smoke dropped towards
please. Sorry.
But it was like when that smoke went down towards that CT spawn, they knew that one player was going to be dropping. It was generally Zeus who was, you know, picking up that role, and he was constantly in trouble. And absolutely brilliant play. But whether or not, you know, PartyDaddlers can do on the T side now, we can only find out.
No, they're already going in. They already got 2 kills, and Xenia does pick up a kill though back for NaVi. Pulls back 1. Like, can he pull back any more than that? And you're definitely right. Like, C's, to me, if he didn't pick up the first kill of the round for NaVi, like very early on, then they would just fall behind and would just lose. And he was typically like the quote-unquote playmaker, getting some kills in middle. But Zeus can be pushed up. Wow, Lakeisha. What was that? That was amazing. Gets a kill. The 3-on-2 situation here. Stark's gonna be taken down by Tizian. And Xenia, it's all up to that man coming out of window. He goes down. So the first round of the T side going over to PartyDaddlers, and you would assume these next 2 rounds as well.
This is really, really worrying for NaVi. And you can see a little bit of a mouth shake coming from Xenia. They're like, what is going on? By all rights, scoreline should be maybe 13-5 by the time NaVi can make a turn, unless they really do some damage. Great shot going across mid, though. Chris J to get taken out at 81 HP, but still, they're up against the side with certainly a lot more weapons, and Crispy's in a great position. He's got the spray down towards the first. Going to look to follow up on the Xenia. He's going to get that in the bag, and now just one more man pushing down by those double doors. He knows there's another here, and he's pushing straight for it. StarX is down. Now only Season can back and standing. Tizian's found Kabakin, so Seized is the last possible target for a rather clean-slated round from PartyDaddlers here in the 17th. So, Seized will be picked up by Trubley there. So, wow, this is worrying, ladies and gents. NaVi finally getting 5 rounds so far.
Yeah, and I pretty much... thing is, we both had NaVi winning this one, and it sounds stupid for me to say it now, but I had a feeling that PartyDaddlers would. I know, right? But they are just proving a lot of people...
Yeah,
of course. But they're proving so many people wrong right now, and they're doing such a fantastic job, and this lineup is really applying a lot of pressure to a lot of these top teams.
Investment here.
It looks like they want to take control. Looks like they want to catch them off guard. But I believe Trubley does know they have at least 1 gun in here, and Tizian can look for the shot here in the Seas. Does, in fact, get him down, so 2 go down. But now Tizian picking up a second, so it's 3-on-2 situation. They have the bomb. They have the B site here. And they're looking to close this round out. But we do see, I believe it is Xenia, on the backside of Trubley. Picks up the kill right there. So it's a 2-on-2 situation right now. The gun's still heavily in favor of PartyDaddlers. And not to mention the health. It's pretty damn even at this point. And Crisby trying to watch both sides. Or trying to look towards Tunnel. Does peek out window. Gets the kill on a StarX. And Xenia, it's all up to him. All up to this man. Can he turn this around, pick up a kill? Then no. Goes out of Tizian. Yet again, Tizian picking up 3. Crisby picking up 2 that round. And with that early bye, it's 13-5 for Party Daddlers.
Yeah, and I think we can kind of sum up the fact of how this has gone for NaVi with that little bit of a ragdoll effect at the end when Senya's body just kind of flopped on its side of sadness. Yeah, 13-5. 2 rounds away from match point for Party Daddlers to get themselves in with a chance of the finals, but NaVi come out kicking. Seized and Kabakan both picking up shots. Crisby finding the reply down by long. He's going to be looking to challenge. Oh, he's taken down StarX too, bringing it all even to a 3v3, but here comes the rest of NaVi. Seized quickly on point. Oh, I thought he was about to tag his teammate. I thought Zeus was out of there. Well, yeah, indeed, but still, the work between Seized and Kabakan has been absolutely spot on. Tizian in a 1v3, make it a 1v2. Has to go pretty big, but Seized is on point now. He's got the AWP. He knows where Tizian is. Oh, he's missed the shot. That could mean trouble, and it does. Tizian gets himself in with this one. Still a minute on the board. He's got so much time to work with here. Tizian, 1v1 against Zeus. This is a big, big task for both players, and such an important round for NaVi, because they invested as much as they could into this. Bomb going down. Zeus has to get in here. Tizian now keeping eyes on that double, but he's got it. 1v3. Tizian goes huge. And my word, all the work that Kabakan did initially and the AWP fire coming from Seized was completely negated once again. And we are just 1 round away from match point here. Well, yeah.
Yeah, and that was the second round in a row where Tizian got 3 kills and Crisby got 2. No one else on the team got anything in that round. And if you look at the scoreboard, if you can check that out, you have 19-7 for Tizian, 20-13 for Crisby, 17-11 for Chris J. You see a lot of kills coming in, but was this actually a gun round? It looks like it was an eco round, but currently we have 3 kills coming in for Party Daddlers here, and Zeus and Senya are all left to themselves. And that gets the bomb down to B, and Legishi even picks up a kill on his Senya here. So I'm not sure if NaVi gave up, or they're just getting completely outplayed at this point, as Zeus does pick up a kill, though, at least for himself. I don't think he can take down the next 4 here, as he's actually going to take down 1 more with them. But that's not enough to win the round. That's 15-5 for Party Daddlers.
Wow. Wow.
It was a bold move, Pansy, but we'll see how it works out.
Yeah, indeed. 1 more round is all Party Daddlers need to get themselves into the grand finals, to face off whoever wins out of ESC and Copenhagen Wolves, which will be the next game we go to. So this is a real turn up for the books, and my word, Kabakan already going down to Trubly. This is not working out well. Big P push coming out from the Party Daddlers. Spray down coming in. Crisby's got the shot to Seized. Now Zeus and StarX, the last 2 standing, and StarX is coming out kicking, picking up Chris J on the way. Zeus, low B tunnels has been eliminated. Trubly picking that one up now. Well, it's StarX in a 1v4 to keep hope alive. My word, I've seen this man do great things, but it's not going to happen today. 16-5 will be the final scoreline there. And Party Daddlers, you have just got yourself into the finals. My word, in the first cup they've ever attended, they've gone out of the semis and they're straight through to the finals. My word, what a way to get this one going.
Yeah, we're kind of speechless. We both had NaVi winning that game. You would expect to look at it like, oh, NaVi easily have this one down, but the scoreline Party Daddlers put out, the kills that they got on every single member, I mean, we could probably just go over the scores real quick. You can just tell us or even show us here. It's just ridiculous. Every person on Party Daddlers just did phenomenal. I mean, look at this. Okay, you can't see the actual names,
yeah, indeed.
but
The names are pretty buggy, but bear in mind that these guys have been turning up. We need to wait for this one to update, but you can just see how quiet NaVi were throughout that. They're right at the bottom there. They got some fairly decent kills in. I don't think we can deny that. Kabakan and Zeus were doing well for themselves. Chris J, though, standout player for me at least, really did the damage that he could. And the headshot rates coming in are absolutely insane. I want to find out who that is.
I believe that's Tizian, actually.
Yeah, so we are waiting for this one to update. Obviously, this is still slightly behind as we are just coming out live from the game. And, wow. That was absolutely incredible, incredible stuff. These guys, this is the first time they're into this, and they've just done that.
To NaVi.
Yeah, to NaVi of all people.
And NaVi are currently ranked 4th here at 135 points, so no easy feat to be one of the top 4 teams here currently in Europe, at least within the Cup standings.
Incredible, incredible first game, guys. But we will be heading into the next semi-final in just a moment. As soon as the teams are ready, we'll be getting there ourselves. And it will be ESC facing off against Copenhagen Wolves. Now, that will be a beautiful match to watch. So don't go too far away. Maybe grab, a can of Coke. Maybe get, your popcorn ready. Because that is a classic game just 5 minutes away.